don't make mistakes. I'm not just like the rest of you. I'm stronger. I'm smarter. I'm better. I am better.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Next Issue Podcast.
No politics on this show. What was going on?
The better podcast.
The better podcast.
So wait, his name's Homelander?
Yeah, we don't make mistakes. Everything that happens in the stream is because by design.
Absolutely true. Yes.
So
I will agree.
You have a question that. I'm glad we got the full crew back together, all in one, all assembled.
Hey.
So that's very cool.
Next issue, assemble.
On today's show.
Wouldn't the full crew mean Adrian had to be here?
Mm.
You never know. He may show up in chat.
I know.
He could show up in chat. Yeah, I just assume he's somewhere stroking that picture like Wolverine.
Oh boy. I'm glad you finished that sentence.
Let's light this candle, huh?
I don't know why. Yesterday I did the comic stream because I was gonna I didn't want to put you guys through an hour of me talking about my pull list. So instead I decided to put the internet through it. But yeah, I was like, man, I want some Homelander. Like, we need Homelander clips.
Okay. I did go through and clean out some of the video in there, but there was just one.
Yeah, shout out Derpy. What's up? I also went back, and then I think we need. I mean, we have the StreamYard gives you like all these things for branding and stuff where you can really be organized. We've chosen not to do that.
An organization is our brand.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
So on today's show, there was a lot of news about DC Universe movie, whatever you want to call it. So we'll talk about
Studios.
that. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit. Specifically, it looks like we got a first nickname, and I kind of like it. So for your name, it'll be
Perfect.
And now
that is our band name.
Yeah. So yeah, on today's show, we'll talk about some of the DC news. Specifically, we're gonna go through a lot of the actors that are currently playing or have played roles that, do we want to keep them or do we want to boot them? And by that, I mean, like, get them out of there and maybe reboot the character, or
they got Zack Snyder's no longer in there, so I'm okay with the whole cast now.
Yeah.
Do it, Danny. Reach over, grab your copy of Justice League.
Oh no, Justice League.
Is it
still in the garage?
Yeah, I love it. He brought it with him. Oh, damn it, he didn't.
No, I didn't.
Zack Snyder is disappointed in you, sir.
Yes.
You know what? Now
I can even reach my copy.
Now I gotta get a second copy from the garage.
Oh, Zack Snyder likes you again.
Hey, I'm on Vero. He loves me. But before we get to all that, I guess a quick warning: if you see me yell, it's because I'm watching the Morocco-Portugal game, and Portugal's losing, which is fucking insane.
I was gonna say Portugal's probably winning.
They finally put in. Oh, Cristiano Ronaldo's finally coming in, so things should maybe change. We'll see. But let's talk a little bit about. We're gonna save Kyle till the end because we're gonna use him as our anchor this time around.
Heck yeah!
He read the most comics this week, and the rest of us just.
And by the most, it means more than one.
Yeah.
Hey, I've always at least read 2 or 3.
No. That was a.
No, he was talking about himself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, hold on a second. The prophecy's been updated.
Yes.
I just finished my coffee.
Appropriately, my Frank Frazetta Death Dealer mug.
It's not a mug, but I did hit up QT, but it's hot chocolate. So,
yeah, mine's just water.
Don't want to get too riled up during the show.
It's for all my Hydro homies out there.
Hydro homies. Oh, are we all each elementals?
Oh. Wow. I'm wind. Don't ask why.
Oh, see, I was pretty sure I could break winds, so I was win. I can bend air, but only with my ass.
There you go. I believe the kids call that clapping.
What kids?
My superpowers is clapping.
I don't think clapping is what you think it is. Oh boy, this one's so as you can see, this one's gonna be a doozy.
We're a little off.
We're already off the rails.
Let me start off with the thing I did not enjoy very much. So this week, Hulu put out a new holiday movie called
I saw the trailer for this.
It's a Wonderful Binge. The premise for the movie is like it's The Purge, but instead of crimes, they've outlawed drinking and drugs and any of that stuff. So like you get one day to like drink and do drugs, and to make the holidays bearable, they've done it like the day before Christmas.
Yeah. Well, this is the holiday version of the original because The Binge was just a standalone movie. So this is like a holiday sequel.
Oh, I didn't even know there was an original.
I didn't even watch the original. Okay. Yeah.
And it's a Hulu movie, but I feel like that they just spun the sequel off because the lead guy was a home run in Stranger Things.
Oh yeah, Eduardo something like dude with the long hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
stoner guy from Stranger Things, who was a great addition.
He was in that coupon lady movie, Queen Pins or whatever, or I don't know what it's called. Yeah, it was not very good. I didn't finish it. I got to a part where this old lady started talking about like some ring being forged and passed down to her family. And I was like, okay, I don't know what this is. I'm out. I'm sorry. I only wanted to watch it because I know Paul Scheer makes a cameo at some point because he tweeted about it. And I
did see him in the trailer.
They probably put all the recognizable people in the trailer. Because other than that, like I knew Tim Meadows and the kid from Stranger Things. I did not see Krampus and the mean one. Oh yeah, that's the Grinch horror thing.
I haven't seen it.
But yeah, so that was a disappointment. But on the upside, I did watch Willow this week.
Finally.
I'll say this: I watched it along with some friends online. If it wasn't for that, I don't think I would have watched it. I appreciate the movie. I don't think it's like I think it's too much fantasy for me. Like I like some fantasy. Also, we were arguing how the fuck is that a kids movie? It has some grotesque horrendous parts. Like,
well, here's the thing that is quintessentially the 80s, right?
Yeah.
80s kids movies are dark. Again, and even Disney's Return to Oz, I distinctly remember giving me nightmares. So
yeah, that's what Shelby said. We need to watch this because it scared me as a kid, and I'd never seen it. So that, and then Never Ending Story is really deep and sad, and so that was the stuff we got.
Let's just look at Jim Henson. I mean, Dark Crystal and Labyrinth. They're not exactly the lightest hearted films either.
Right.
Yeah.
I do. I've never seen Willow the movie, but I've heard such good things about the new series, and how like.
Oh, hold on a second.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, don't knock this, Daniel. You're too young. You just don't get the 80s films. Josh should be able to get this film.
All right. Yeah, that's weird, Josh. That caught me off guard because I thought I was the only one. Because you guys, maybe because you haven't been in the last few episodes when they've been giving me crap about it.
Oh, yeah. If I'd been here, I could have deflected some of that crap. So
here, let me split us up into.
No, I got one for you guys. So I ended up going to the Plano Legacy Food Hall this past week to join some friends from trivia, and of course, the movie they're doing trivia on is a movie I've never seen before, Elf.
Now, hang on, sir. You've never seen Elf?
Nope.
Well, it's the perfect time of year to watch Elf because it's a great, great movie. Look at Clay's face.
It's Clay frozen.
I can't tell if his screen froze.
Oh, I don't know if
he's just able to hold that. That's amazing.
It's the perfect freeze frame. It's
it is.
Clay, use the camera phone. Let us know you're alive. Oh no. Well, that's disappointing.
Well, guys, now just two of the bearded men of the apocalypse.
Yeah. Well, while we wait for Clay to come back or react or do something, oh yeah, I see his mouth moving in the other camera.
There he is.
See?
Oh no,
that's the other camera. Clay wanted to show something. Yeah, I'm sure I'll come back. Okay. But yeah, Willow was cool. There was a part where I was like, what's the
Matt Mardigan?
No, the body horror guy. Cronenberg. I was like, did Cronenberg direct this specific scene? It's like when they these little
when they turn the troll into the dragon.
Yeah, okay, is that what happened?
Yeah. Willow uses the wand, hits the troll, and basically it does the whole thing, rips his flesh off. You see two heads pop out, and he kicks the thing into the water, and the big dragon.
The water starts boiling, and yeah. So it was a fun experience to watch with a group of people. Like I said, I don't know if I would have watched it on my own. So there's that, but yeah, I mean, I don't think I'll watch the new show.
I've heard nothing but great things about it, and honestly, what I've heard about is it's so earnest and very sweet.
You're getting canceled, Josh.
Yeah, no, actually, I'm not. It's Kyle.
No, for oh yeah, I guess I don't know.
He clarified about that.
Or Willow. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Well,
still avoided being canceled.
Well, and it's also nice to see Warwick Davis back on screen.
It is, yeah. I agree.
That was cool because he was so young then.
Oh god, yeah, he was like 17.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he was that young then.
He was a kid with a whole ass family.
Yeah, I take it back. He was 17 when I think he did Jedi.
Okay.
I think he was 19 in this film. I heard. I don't know. Like somebody said.
Yeah, because this.
You provided absolute comedy gold.
With my face frozen.
Yeah.
Because I could hear it on the phone, and I just leaned forward to see
it was frozen on this rictus of just like astonishment. Yeah. But
then we got to double Bernie. It's frozen again.
Oh, not again.
Oh no. Clay, just use the phone.
Oh no.
Okay. Well, Clay figures it out. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I'll watch the TV show. I've heard really good things. I mean, Kyle, you've been watching it.
Yeah, I've been enjoying it.
So I think
it feels like, I guess Josh used the right word. Feels like an earnest sequel to the actual original film.
I have a quick question because I think, and spoilers for the movie and maybe for the show a little bit, like the first, maybe a little bit.
What?
And depends on the answer, I guess. The whole thing was about Willow like becoming a sorcerer too. Oh, that was a big part of the movie, right?
Sort of, yeah.
Learning to use his powers or the magic.
Well, yeah, him going on it, him dreaming to be a great wizard someday, on the adventure, kind of learning skills and learning.
Yeah.
About it. Yeah.
Which, by the way, Val Kilmer is amazing in this movie.
Oh god, yeah.
But in the show I would like Willow to like be like a really powerful sorcerer now.
I think we're gonna see that he is, but we don't know everything about him. Like he's like. I don't like he hasn't really thrown a lot of magic except in the third episode, but there's still like there's a reason why he hasn't done it yet, and we don't know the full story about it yet.
And there was one thing that it was a nice misdirect. I don't know if it was a misdirect. I was just because it was an 80s film, I was expecting I guess the sorcerers that's like she's like a
Grizel.
Yeah. No, the good one. Finral. Oh, maybe it's her. Yeah. So she keeps turning into different animals because Willow can't fully help
adapt to the actual wand. Yeah.
I thought because I didn't know the cast of the movie, I thought she was gonna end up like like a hot lady at the end.
Well, because
it was an 80s film.
But the reason was because she'd been in an animal for so long and she aged.
Okay. Well, but like I said, I thought it was gonna be like this 80s thing of like, now we got a hot wizard. But I was glad to see that. Oh no, Clay! Just use the phone.
Poor Clay. God.
Well, hopefully we'll have Clay back in a minute. But yeah, that's really it.
Apocalypse.
That's all. I've been watching a lot of World Cup games, which has been fun. And then a bunch of the regular TV, like all the Law and Orders finished out their winter finales this week.
Yeah, and I watched it, but we got also the last episode of Stargirl aired this week.
Oh, that's right. And is that the one they filmed 2 endings for, or am I conflating that with something else?
I think they were supposed to. Yeah, and I was listening to some different podcasts for the ending, and I feel like in some ways I feel like they waited too long to kind of, and this is my opinion, they waited until like the very end to bring in like the real all the stuff with the big bads, but they gave a really nice send off, like how they finished off the series.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did it feel like they rewrote something to kind of have an actual ending, like a little bit of wrapping up?
A little bit, yeah. But I mean, you could tell, like, I think if they weren't canceled, you could tell where they might have been going with like the rest of the season. But again, being canceled, they had to tie it up. So yeah, it did feel a little bit that way. But it gave a nice little thing. And Jeff Johns even said that, like, or it was either, I can't remember, it was Jeff Johns or James Robinson, but basically saying they had originally had an ending for the series. I just don't know if they expected it to end this short.
Mm.
I mean, I wonder if they even thought it was going to go this long. Like,
I think they were hoping,
because a lot of CW shows, like, you know, they're not built for the long run. Although I guess the superhero ones.
I'm sorry.
I mean, Flash has been on for what, 9 seasons?
No, it's going into its 9th season. Arrow got 8, Supergirl got 7, Legends got 6 until it was canceled, or maybe 7 until it was canceled.
Yeah.
I mean, let's see. No, but I mean, I love it. Like, you know, Supernatural. 12 seasons.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think even Dynasty got like 4 or 5. So yeah, CW. I think Kung Fu's on its 3rd or 4th season. I think unless they cancel, Walker's going to be going into a 4th season. So
wait, hang on. You're naming shows from the 80s now.
No, they actually made a Dynasty remake for CW.
And a Walker.
Walker the Catcher. Yeah.
And a Kung Fu. Continue.
I mean, Kung Fu, I get. I'll just be frank with you. I get a reboot of Kung Fu, but Dynasty?
They have the remake of Walker with the dude from Supernatural.
Okay, all right.
And Walker was 90s, not 80s.
It looks 80s.
It looks 80s. Yeah,
it aired from 93 to 2000.
But Dynasty, I mean, I get Dynasty was a big deal in the 80s.
It was, but I think.
But what generation is desperate for Dynasty to come back?
They did it. I mean, one of the girls is off. One of the main characters is a girl that was off the Nickelodeon show Victorious, and then they also have her dad in the show is played by the actor who played Jake on Melrose Place.
Mm.
And I mean, come on, they also. I mean, the CW also did remakes of Melrose Place and 90210.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's fair.
Yeah.
CW is where shows get a second life for a few minutes, and then
they did a second thing of Charmed.
Oh, yeah. I heard. For some reason I vaguely recall that, but I haven't turned on CW in years.
Oh, so I mean, it's unfortunate. You know, that's watching all the superhero shows. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only in between the commercials or the ads that I get to know, like, oh, these shows are
right.
Yeah,
I haven't even watched the Winchester's spinoff thing that they're doing.
Yeah, which is the it's dealing with the twins from Supernatural's parents.
Whatever that is, Heather's.
Wait. You're joking right now, right?
He said they tried. He didn't say they actually.
No. I think he said whatever is Heather's. You know what Heather's is. I
assume it's a movie. I don't know.
Oh my god, we got to get you to watch Heather's.
And yeah,
it's like the quintessential 80s like alt film is Heather's.
As Clay would put it on his other podcast, the quintessential Gen X film.
No,
yeah, absolutely.
That's why I haven't seen it. Just the wrong generation.
Oh man, yeah, you need to go watch Heather's, man. It's great. It's dark.
Not Johnny. It's Christian Slater, not Johnny Depp. My bad.
Yeah. Christian Slater. What's her face?
Shannon
Ryder. I forget the actors that actually play the Heathers.
I think Shannon Doherty was in there also. I could be wrong.
Oh God, was she?
I think so.
Was she one of the Heathers?
I'm looking it up real quick.
Right. Cast. Anyway, absolutely should watch. I'm going to add that to my watch. Oh wow, okay. I mean, that's pre everything.
89. Wow, 89. I didn't realize it was that. Like, I didn't realize it was on the end of it 80s.
Yeah, it's really on the cusp between the 80s and the 90s because it has almost that 90s edginess to it. Anyway, sorry, now we're way off on the Heathers. Nice.
Tomorrow, Mark and Clay are talking about best of from 65 to 99. That's a long time to cover. It's gonna be a 3-hour podcast. So Josh, that's all I have. Like I said, I have a few comics, but I'll talk about it whenever either Josh or Kyle touch on them.
Yeah,
we have a good a lot of things in common this week.
I'll do mine, and actually I'll bring in a few things I read last week that I suspect nobody else read, but we'll find out. First off, this week, stuff I picked up that Kyle's not going to talk about. The facsimile JLA number 28. I love these. I'm sorry?
It's Brave and the Bold. They started out from Brave and the Bold. It wasn't just JLA.
Oh, right. But it was so funny because this was like it was in my poll list last week, and the same day my brother was in town and
we're losing everybody.
bought me this.
What?
Yeah, and so I'm like, oh, I just got that. I just grabbed that issue. So anyway, this thing's amazing. I love this so much. It was a Walmart exclusive, and I never go to Walmart, so he found it for me there.
Nice.
Good for you, man. I went to Walmart last weekend, and it was a mess.
Oh God, yeah.
I was at Walmart last night. I actually found a Christmas gift for a friend.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I love these facsimiles more for just the reproduced ads than anything. I am continuing to read Heart Eyes, and issue 4 just came out, and I have no idea where the story is going. You read the first 2 issues, and I think I said this when I read issue 3. These creators cram more story into 2 issues and more mystery than most series do over like 6 or 8. Just incredible. I'm really hyped about this. This is issue 3 of Night of the Ghoul, which just came out this week, and I'm continuing to love this book. I'm assuming this is the last one because I can't really fathom. It is? Okay. Did you read this one, Danny?
Not yet.
Okay. I picked up continue to enjoy Gotham City Year 1. This is the cover I got.
Cover.
Yeah.
It was the best cover out of all the ones they had.
I mean, I typically try, if I really like the default cover, to get that one, especially if I already have them because it kind of matches. But I couldn't pass up this cover. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, same.
And
on that book, I think that one's going to be one of those Tom King books that I have to reread because I like the first issue enough, but I feel like I don't want to read it month to month. Kind of like with Rorschach, like I enjoyed it more when I went back and just read the whole thing. Plus, he has a new book out next week, so I'll have plenty of Tom King to read.
You know, it's funny because until you said that, I hadn't realized this is the first Tom King book I've kind of enjoyed and been able to follow month to month.
Well, what about Human Target?
I haven't read that yet.
Oh,
so yeah.
What?
That's on me.
That's insane, dude.
I know, but it's like, oh God, what is that title called? Love
Everlasting.
Love Everlasting. I was gonna say Love Actually. I'm like, no, that's not it. That book has hit a point where I'm gonna have to just sit down and read it back to back when it's done because I am completely flummoxed at this point.
I have the same issue.
Yeah. And then I'll just make a quick point about some books.
I hope for number 5 you get the Spawn cover.
No.
Have you seen it? Here, I'll look it up while you.
Yeah, find it. I haven't seen it yet. But Danny, you'll be impressed about this. I think I said this in our Discord chat. So last week, of the stuff I read Spider-Man Double Trouble #1, which is just a fun book. Did anyone else read it?
No, I missed that one.
Oh man, it is the perfect book to just, if you just want a smile on your face, sit down and read it and then hand it to any kid because it is the perfect kid book. Like, and I love these kind of books that you don't have to like worry about. You're just like, here, read this. You're going to laugh your ass off. Right. So super fun. I really enjoyed that. I read Justice Society of America #1, which I assume Kyle read.
It was interesting.
I really loved it. Oh, I do remember this. Yes, and this was the first time that she drew Spawn, like ever.
Yeah.
Right.
Come on, look at that. Who doesn't want this cover?
I may have to pick that up. I don't know. We'll see.
Anyways,
but what was this? Oh, JSA #1. I really loved it, and I'm really glad that I read that.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. That
the
whatever
Golden
book.
the Golden Age one shot.
No. Like they actually have #1 out now. They actually have JSA #1.
Yeah.
But before, did you read the Golden Age one?
I did. Yeah. Okay, that one. And I'm glad I read that. I would ask you, Kyle. I am correct in the fact that one of the characters is Jack in the Mist's son, right? Okay.
I'm not totally sure. Oh yeah, it had to be. Yeah, that's where I was kind of
because she gave birth to a boy and named him Kyle after her brother.
Yeah, so that's why like it had to be. Yeah, I don't know where they're going with that one.
Okay, I was just curious. So I really dug that.
Yeah.
But the thing I wanted to point out is, like a few weeks ago, I said I was done with Detective Comics with Ram V's run on it because it was just getting kind of convoluted. And then I picked up last week the 2022 annual and loved it. Just loved it. It was so great. It takes place in like the founding of Gotham in like the 18th century, and you get all of these like stand-ins for people, like Gordon, and it was great. And so I'm like, God damn it, I'm gonna have to, because I skipped the last issue. So of course this week I went back and I bought the last issue so I could catch up. So he pulled me back in again.
Very cool.
And then finally I read Plush #1. Did anyone else read that?
So how was that? How I was interested because it's an Image #1. I like they usually put out some fun stuff. They've been doing a lot of really interesting things, but
it was okay. The first issue setting up everything moves very quickly, and I think for me almost too quickly. I kind of wanted a little more context.
Okay.
It really just throws you in, and maybe we'll get that later. But yeah, I'm gonna stick with it for at least another issue and just see what I think of it. But
cool.
But anyway, that's it.
All right. Kyle, we'll let you go, and then Josh and I may jump in a little bit in a few of these while we figure out. I can still see Clay's other camera that he set up. So there's like stuff moving there. So hopefully he can get the wireless working again.
I read Gargoyles #1.
I saw that in the shelf.
Which takes place exactly after the last issue of this. I think it was the IDW run that they did.
Okay.
Because you've got Brooklyn back, who got lost in time and has his family now part of the actual like pack, and then you also have Cold Stone and Fire and his girlfriend, who's the robot, as a part of the clan. And it's interesting because it kind of goes off because in the series you remember that Elisa's brother got turned into a mutate, like a cat-looking kind of gargoyle with the wings, and he had been in a relationship of the clan. He's bleeding underground, and she's about to give birth to Elisa's nephew, so they're about to have like a mutate baby, and you find out that basically Thalog, who's the clone of Goliath, is still running things in the background, and so he's still one of the main villains. So it's interesting to see where that one's going to go.
I love that Kyle's saying all these things like Josh and I have all like we just remember all that.
I don't think Josh had seen it.
I was about to say that.
I saw Gargoyles a long time ago, but I don't remember any of it.
No, I mean, hell, I can. Okay.
Yeah, we don't all have a database.
Brain, yeah.
And then I read Dark Web #1, which is this is going to be the dark. Well, it's basically it's Madeline Pryor teaming up with Ben Reilly, now with mystical powers, relaunching Inferno, basically. And they're each trying. Madeline's trying to get revenge on Jean Grey, and Ben's trying to get revenge on Peter Parker.
Team Clones. I'm all about Team Clones.
Yeah, and it's a lot of it starts off with basically all of Peter and his friends at the coffee shop that's always been famous in the books for on Harry's birthday. But since he's died, they're all kind of like they're in honor of his birthday, and then so things start happening. Gargoyles start popping up, demons, and then all the X-Men are talking to Alana saying, "What's going on?" And she's like, "I can't believe it's Madeline." And so you just realize that all hell's about to break loose. So I'm kind of looking forward to see where this goes.
Ha ha ha! Funny.
The only thing because I hadn't been reading Spider-Man, like some of that emotional stuff at the beginning with Harry, like just kind of went over my head because I hadn't been reading. But I like the setup. I like the characters.
Well, the Harry stuff happened before they relaunched Amazing.
I mean, even then, I didn't read that.
Okay.
That was the Nick Spencer run. Yeah, I also missed a lot of that. So,
okay. And then I read Fantastic Four #2.
Yeah,
and this was actually really good. This was dealing with again, they're like all kind of split off doing road trips, and it deals with Rhea and Sue in this diner, and you come to find out that the whole town that they're in is basically run by Doombots who think they're alive, camouflaged as humans, and it's a real fun story.
I love this book so much. He gets it. He gets it.
Yeah, it's going. I may have to pick these up. These are actually a lot of fun. Read Daredevil #6, and this is basically Daredevil kind of going through trying to talk to all of the villains that they released, and hey, you're free to go. And then, but of course, one of the old villains he released was named Bullet, who's this big husky guy. This was from like I think the run of the Ramona Jr. series that even Clay was showing us some titles last Sunday. But him basically saying it's like, what do you mean you're not a warden? Basically, if I leave here, I can't go anywhere. If I go back to America, I'm going to be put back in jail. So screw you. I'll do what you want, but right, don't even try to kid me that you're trying to give us freedom. And you come to find out that basically he's trying to make his army of the Fist because the Punisher has now taken over the Hand.
Yeah, I read an issue what was it? I think it's Punisher issue 5, which is the last one of the first volume. You get they finally face each other, and they're like, okay. So I was interested to see if it was going to tie into the Daredevil book. I'm glad it is. So I need to catch up on Daredevil.
Next, I read in this. I've got to get these books because Kevin Smith is oh my god, Quick Stop #2. And
so exciting.
And this is the most. I didn't think he would do better than the first one, but this one is dealing with Randall meeting with Brody because they're cousins, and they're going to the funeral. Yeah. That's if you. I have all the old script books, so I learned the relationship. So Randall is Brody's cousin, right? And you go to find out that they're going to the funeral for the cousin who Brody talks about how my cousin died trying to suck his own dick. And
yes.
And they're in the funeral for this, and it is fucking amazing.
Oh my god,
I love it because in the comic medium, you can have many Flanagans, right?
Oh,
yeah.
You're not. I mean, you could also do it in the movie, but it would probably be a lot more difficult.
It is fucking amazing, I can't wait till we do the Clerks, and I'm kind of reigniting my love for Kevin Smith. So I can't wait till we do the Clerks episode. But
I really like the cover with not that one.
That's awesome.
No.
The homage to Crisis.
Oh yes. I had a really hard time choosing a cover because I wanted both of them, but I really liked the design of this one, so I went with that.
After that one, I read Secret Invasion #2. I think I'm going to stop after this one, but I think I kind of got burnt out at Invasion first one, but it's what's her fucking name?
Maria Hill.
Maria Hill. Basically trying to bring in, I guess, the main heavy hitters are the superheroes, and they have this new machine that can test their blood and to find out who is really a Skrull or not. And so they come to find out that basically it's the Black Widow who tries to escape and almost takes out all the villains, but then Doctor Strange, stops her, and they basically all you heroes will be given a machine to that was a cool cover.
Sorry, I distracted you.
No, you're fine. But basically, because all the heroes is I want you to touch everybody, even if they're out of your sight for 1 second. And to come find out later that Iron Man, who was able to get by it, is one of the Skrulls, and it's time to ramp up plans. So I don't know. I think I'm just done with that one. Let's see. Secret Invasion, Captain America: Sentinel of Liberty #7 was actually pretty good. This is basically you find out it's Cap who was actually shot. So he spends a quarter of the issue dealing with his arm and a sling, and he realized somebody's been tailing him, And so he gets on top of a building and basically tries to elbow them and gets put in an arm lock and find out Sharon's back. And so they consummate their celebration. The next, it's like, how about tonight? We have some fun. Tomorrow we'll deal with everything. And so the next shot is them waking up in bed together, and then basically her taking off the sling and kind of making sure Cap's arm is all healed. And they go to the secret base, and it's Cap basically making his own little secret organization. So it's Nick Fury, Hawkeye, Black Widow, Peggy Carter, who's alive and young for some reason. I'm not sure where I missed that one. And
yeah, last time I checked out the Secret Empire, she was alive, but she was older.
Yeah, and Sharon's there, and there's somebody else, and basically it's then talking about how we need to try to figure out how we're going to stop Bucky and this new organization, who apparently is an old organization that's been around forever. Avengers number 63. This is them, the Avengers, teaming up with the Avengers 1 billion to take down the Masters of the Multiverse, or whatever organization that is. Blue Beetle graduation day. This is Jaime or Jamie, however you want to go with it, basically graduating and realizing that he's not sure he wants to go to college, and basically he's trying to figure out what he's going to be doing with his life. And he gets home to his graduation party and finds out that Superman's there and saying, "We need you're grounded. Basically, you can't be a superhero right now because the Reach is coming to invade Earth, and we don't want them to be able to take control of you." So, and it kind of goes from there.
Yeah, I love that book. I actually read the Spanish version.
Oh, okay.
And so I was talking to somebody that also read it. So I think in the English version, Superman speaks Spanish. I was talking to Jaime.
Okay, that makes sense.
In the backyard, but obviously in the Spanish version, like they just speak Spanish the whole thing.
Gotcha.
So that was cool. That was interesting because I don't think I own a Spanish comic like till I bought that. I went to I bought that at Boomerang. They had the Spanish version, so that was really cool. And I'm just interested to see where this goes for Jaime, because I really like Blue Beetle, especially this version. I like both versions, but this one I really enjoy.
Especially with the live action movie coming out soon.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, one of the things that hasn't been canceled.
And it's going to tie right back into what do you call it, Cobra Kai, because Jaime is being played by the actor who plays Miguel in Cobra Kai. Mm-hmm. So watch Cobra Kai, people. Come on. And then I read Dark Crisis Warzone, which fun book. It just deals with a couple different tales of what's been going on in the major battle between evil and good, and at the Hall of Justice. And I'm ready for this book to be over, but it still was a fun book. You got one where basically it's Iris is with a couple is basically at the Hall of Justice as a reporter, and she's trying to get these kids out of the way. And the Shaggy Man's about to kill her until she gets knocked down. And it's oh my god, why am I blanking her name? Wally's wife. Linda's there, and she has the speed powers, and they basically say, "Hey, we got to get these kids out of here." So they go into this little room that Barry had told Iris about and has all these weapons. So they're taking down villains. Another one where it's the Green Lanterns, and it's dealing with Hal telling the new Green Lantern, the new black girl that's the Green Lantern. I don't know her name, but
Joe.
And basically her he's telling Joe and a guy to help with the fight down there while he's dealing with other Green Lantern stuff. And so the little story there. And then you have Robin, Power Girl, and Black Canary, who are meeting the new Red Canary, who's a new girl, and she's basically a new she's her hero is Black Canary, and so it deals with them a little bit, and then her teaming with Black Canary to take out some villains. So what a little story.
My big complaint about Dark Crisis is that obviously they made a decision halfway through the story that they were going to do something different. Mm-hmm. But now we have all these one shots.
I know
that are just filler. Like they're fun, but they're just filler, right? Because Dark Crisis, I think originally it was supposed to only be 6 issues. Now it's 7, which the 7 is the last one. So they definitely changed the story, and now they're biding time to like. So I don't know. Hopefully it leads to. I mean, it kind of is going to lead to whatever they announced that we talked about a couple weeks ago. But yeah, it's the whole event's been kind of a mess. Which it's sad because I really enjoyed it. Like at the beginning, the premise sounded cool. Like. So
yeah, and that's outside of watching Stargirl, Willow, and then my normal TV shows, that's pretty much it.
All right, Josh, did you have any of those that Kyle didn't touch on? I'm trying to go through.
Let me see. No.
Okay. The last one I'll talk about because, like I said, there was so many books this week.
Yeah, it was a big week.
The first arc of Chip Zdarsky's Batman finally wrapped up with issue 130.
Oh,
Failsafe. And it's
I did read that too.
It's really cool. I really like that.
It can't be done. It can't be over because of what happens at the end.
Well, so it's gonna start a new arc, but I guess because of the way they're printing, so it's odd because Batman now it's an oversized book. It's 32 pages, but it's like 2 stories every time, right? So they're doing all these backup stories, which I really like the backup story for like the last stuff because it's like Batman Surinor year 1 kind of like. So that's always been kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it feels like Zdarsky is just grabbing some of Morrison's best ideas or best stuff that they like just laid out in their run, and it's bringing it like updating it or following some threads that might have been left there. Even the way this one finishes, it feels very Final Crisis.
Yeah.
All right, so. Yeah, I'm very interested. I really like it. Jorge Jimenez art is fantastic. There's a whole sequence of like Batman re-entering Earth.
Yeah.
That is super cool. Now, Josh, let me tell you, Batman re-entering Earth without a ship.
Okay.
So
is he wearing that like that
Nope.
that Dark Knight Returns metal kryptonite suit?
Nothing. Just wearing the old cape and cowl.
My favorite part of the book is he had Tim take Clark back to the Fortress. That's where they end up at the Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah.
And he's healing, and and so Clark is trying to deal with Failsafe, and then basically you say, it's like, and then Bruce is talking to Tim. He goes, "There's one thing that Failsafe, he prepared for Batman, but he never prepared for Batman and Robin."
Yeah.
And they put on the mask.
That's awesome.
Perfect. He goes, because out of all the Robins, Dick would, if when we ended a partnership, Dick would kind of go into his own thing. Jason never even would always be too do his own thing, but Tim was always on the plane. He always loved the plans. We always did stuff together.
Yeah.
So it was like I guess so. It's coming down to the fact that Tim Drake is the one true Robin.
Yeah, Dick is the showman, right? So like he would always embellish, and Jason would not listen, and I mean Damian is Damian.
Yeah.
So
Tim would always be the one who.
Yeah, I love that too. I'm so glad after the first issue when Tim got shot, I was so like scared that they're gonna try to kill him off again. So I'm very happy that Tim Drake is like that. This is the Robin that Zdarsky is using.
There are 3 characters, especially because I read more. I was more into the DC run in the 90s and the 80s, but there were 3 characters that I fell in love with and are still probably my favorite when it comes out of minus Starman. But that Starman's kind of its own, like that's it kind of ended, but on continuous, and it was always Tim. I love the fact they're still using Tim. 2 was Connor. And they're starting using Connor again now, as Superboy, Connell, and then Kyle Rayner was always my always top one, and I know he got brought back in here in Dark Crisis, but I want to see them start using him more in the actual in the books.
When you say Connor, you mean the jacket and the earrings?
Well, just in general, I love Connor. I love Connell / Connor as Superboy.
Hey, look at that! He's from the Phantom Zone.
Yeah,
you said the exact same thing I was gonna say.
With the 3.
So it's funny, kind of related to that. I popped into Titan Comics the other day, and they're having a massive sale on trade paperbacks. Like hardbacks are $4, trade paperbacks are $2, and so
whoa! Is it still going on?
Yep, I found this.
Yeah, they have like these boxes that are kind of a side.
Is it outside or inside? I did hit one back in Labor Day weekend. Okay.
Inside.
So they had this, which is the actual one from the 80s or 90s, because it's like it's the old paper. I've never read this whole thing. I think I've only read the last issue. So I'm gonna finally read it. They also had, and this was
the guy who hasn't seen Elf.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Half hour later.
Yeah. This was the only New 52 book that I was interested in reading, and then I never picked it up.
Oh, okay.
Frankenstein, Agent of Shade. Yeah, and they had. Yeah, it's Lemire. Yeah. So they had this for $2. I'm like, whoa, $2! I get to finally read it. So anyway,
Yeah.
I picked those up.
I'll buy that for $1.
Interesting story. Fun story about the death of the family. Clay and Josh might remember this, but back in the 80s, if you're in elementary or in school, we used to get these like newspaper kind of things called weekly readers, which is like news stories. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember, I think I was in second grade and I got the weekly reader, and they were talking about how they were going to be, maybe third grade, but they were going to basically they had done a poll to kill off Robin, and they were going to be killing off the current Robin. So we go up to New York that week or that November for Thanksgiving, and my mom takes me out because I'm going to run out to the newsstand. Back when they actually had newsstand like stores probably still in New York, but we go out. And we go there, and they have the first 3 issues of the Death of the Family. So I got the first 2, which were giant size, and I got the second issue. But they didn't have the last issue. I never got the last issue of A Death in the Family.
Oh man,
I feel like that's the important one.
Well, yeah, but they
exactly.
had the issue where Robin dies. So it was like, and I always wonder, like, why are they killing Robin? That was the first time I ever knew they had a second Robin. I never knew that, like, growing, like, even as a kid, I always just knew Dick Grayson. I never knew it was a Jason Todd until I read that story.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, Clay. Well, we gave you enough time to plan out what you were going to say. I know you didn't watch much, but do you have anything?
I got nothing.
You didn't watch nothing all week,
I
other
watched
than the Guardians of the Galaxy special in a loop.
Yeah, I know. Like, so I live streamed 2 of my painting sessions, and if you jump in those, I'm pretty much just going to be watching either Hawkeye or Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
I still need to watch that. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh my, so good! And
you haven't seen Hawkeye?
No, Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'm just going to stay on like Christmas themed shows to paint, and let me pull up.
Oh, like Elf.
Yeah, like Elf.
Those look badass.
Yeah, so this is from a new set. Like the stuff I'm painting from is the Mythic Battles Pantheon. The first box that I'm almost finished with is the Poseidon set. Shelby got this new box for me, and so this is one that I primed and am excited to paint. It's called I can't say the Greek very well. Hepatosis. I don't know, but it looks like all like creatures from
Hephaestus.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, yeah, I know who it is now.
He's the god. He's the Greek god of fire.
The Greek, yeah, the one that wields weapons, right?
Yeah, and so you get these like really badass figs in here,
dude.
I'm
those
like
are
super
sick.
excited. Yeah.
You know what you should do is my friend Chris does it, who runs Keith's Comics in Carrollton. I think he has a subscription to the Reaper, which is a miniature company here in Dallas.
Oh, they're in Dallas?
Yeah.
Oh,
they're,
okay, cool.
they're technically in Louisville, but yeah, their main shop and warehouse is in Louisville. But they Aaron, when we used to work for Lone Star, it was at Forest and Preston when he was managing that location. That's where I knew what Reaper was, because I used to have a friend that used to do all the art for the figures before they made them.
Yeah,
Very
well,
cool.
these are fantastic. These are better than any, like the stuff I messed with as a kid was like pewter figures. So I think
those are incredible.
Yeah, so like here's a size example. So this is Storm from the Marvel TSR game from the 80s.
Yeah.
I mean, super tiny, I can't even imagine how you paint the eyes on her.
Right.
Compared to this monster. Yeah. And this is one of their mid ones. This is
oh my God.
Figures. Yeah, like
now for the kids watching, he doesn't mean mid like you guys use mid. He just means mid like it's the medium size.
What does mid mean otherwise?
I'm so glad you asked because I wasn't sure.
When you kind of don't like something, that was mid.
Like middling?
It's not. Yeah. It's probably short for something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the last set of figures that I'm working on, and these are creepy as hell. I've got like 4 of these to paint.
Is that Black Widow, or I couldn't tell what the hell that was?
Yeah, I know. It's this creature with like a human face put on, and like underneath, like that's the thing about this figure is like underneath is like the cool like mouth opening, and you can't see it very well because it's
did Frank Cho design that pose?
Yeah, I know, because there are like 4 of them. just like this.
Butt in the air.
But this is the biggest one I've found so far.
Holy shit! Doesn't even fit in the camera.
Yeah, so this is Atlas. This is just so
crap.
badass. It comes in a box by itself, and so this is all from a Kickstarter. So these boxes were pretty expensive, and you can't get them anymore. Some guy came into Half Price Books and sold all of them.
Interesting.
Yeah, so he unloaded all of these, and now they're like, because like I think they're all listed for like $100 there. So they would probably retail for 200, but that Atlas we got for like 14, I think. I mean, he's massive, and he's already primed. I did a gray prime on him, as opposed to these other guys where I did white. Because Austin was in the chat when I was doing some painting, and he was asking about priming and stuff. So I may get into that a little bit more. But I'm like super excited to do this because this is really fun, and I just have a good time with the people that jump in there and just want to talk and see what's going on. I found some older models. I was telling Kyle about like some of the models I'd found that were Robotech, but I found this old Marvel model of Spider-Man that I'm still working on, that like he just poses on a wall, and it's I have the box.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, he just poses up against a wall, and so as soon as I finish it, and I hope I can finish it on stream.
This looks like a Flashdance Spider-Man.
yeah, it does. But let's see here.
Oh
Like I
God.
said, that the one I love the most is this Poseidon that came with the set.
Nice.
God, that is amazing.
For any
Good
sorry.
paint job.
Thank you. Because I'm brand new at this. This is all new, and I'm still figuring it out.
Oh,
Hold
That's
on, what
it.
happened?
Portugal is
Danny's
out of the World
interrupting
Cup.
What?
Portugal's out.
Morocco advances. Whoever had Morocco advancing to the to the semifinals.
Think about all the people that lost money on Brazil yesterday.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That was huge.
Although they may not have, well, I guess they still lost, but only because they tied. Because sometimes when you bet, like penalty kicks don't count or whatever. It's yeah.
But I would think you at least have them in your like Final Four, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you take Brazil in your Final Four?
I mean, I had him in the Final Four. My bracket's definitely busted because I had Portugal and Argentina. So, anyways, all right. Was that it, Clay?
But that's it. I'm probably going to stream later today if I can keep the wire. Actually, I don't even use this laptop. I just go straight to my CamBot, and so you'll just see painting on there. And I try to pay attention to chat, and that's it.
So you're
because the camera on here it sucks. It just isn't good on there, and it was frustrating because plus I'm like mainly looking at what I'm painting, so it's not. I don't know. I don't feel like this camera is as necessary.
Leonard Kim's here for the soccer chat. I appreciate that.
Yeah, he's been very quiet when we haven't been talking about.
First African team to make it to the
World Cup.
Yeah, it's been a fun World Cup. Well, now that we know that Clay's a cam boy,
hey, right now I will cam for healthcare.
Oh my!
Yes, I went to my first physical therapy this week. And man, I am sore as hell. But yeah, my insurance is all screwed up. And they're like, yeah, it's going to be $300 a visit. You need to go once a week.
Oh my God.
Oof. Yeah. So we'll cam for healthcare.
There you go.
Slide into my DMs for the details.
Oh boy, that's that's Clay's own thing. We're not associated with all right. Well, like my boy Homelander likes to say,
let's light this candle, huh?
So it's so stupid. I love it. We got a bunch of news throughout the week. I think the first news story that Variety broke was that DC was canceling like pretty much everything that wasn't already a finished film that they hadn't already canceled. So I went online just to see, okay, what's still supposed to come out.
I hate to say
We
it.
have
I'm not going to lose
Blue
any sleep
Beetle.
over. Yeah, Blue Beetle. I'm not going to
we
lose
have
any sleep
we
over
have
the
four
movie.
movies: Aquaman, Shazam, Fury of the Gods, Blue Beetle, and Joker 2. But I mean, they're all kind of their own. At this point, everything's just kind of disconnected. But Aquaman and Shazam, and they're still kind of tied into the old whatever DCU, Snyderverse, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Because they specifically have references to a lot of that stuff, right? So
Well, no, they also canceled. Apparently, I think they were working on a possible Batman Beyond film, but they canceled with Michael Keaton. But that
right, yeah. And I was just talking about the films that we're already confirmed to keep going forward.
But it seems like most of this news came from rumor sites. I didn't see a lot of solid reporting.
Gunn tweeted that a lot of what you're hearing, I apologize if you're going to be mad, but some stuff has to happen. So he kind of went on Twitter and confirmed all that stuff.
That is an excellent segue to what I was going to bring up, Kyle.
Sorry,
James Gunn's tweets. So let's just kind of go through it, because at first I only saw the first one and I was like, "You're telling me nothing, dude," which is fine. I'm not entitled to any information, but it'd be nice. So yeah, so as you know, it was Hollywood Reporter. Sorry, not Variety. Variety's been spoiling some of the upcoming movies like Babylon and stuff. Like, fuck them. But anyways, yeah, some of the stuff is true, some is not, whatever. So he goes on to say, although this first month has been fruitful, building the next 10 years takes time and is just the beginning. Peter and himself chose to helm DC Studios, knowing they were coming into a fractious environment. And I mean, very fractured, I think, right?
Yeah.
Both stories being told in the audience itself, and there would be an unavoidable transitional period as they move on to telling more cohesive storytelling across film, TV, animation, and gaming. That part I really like. I like that they're thinking of all these, all the media, right? That they're thinking about in general, not just films. Which it's fine. I don't mind having separate universes, but I think it's cool that they're thinking in a more global, as far as media state. So in the end, drawbacks of transitional period were dwarfed by creative possibilities, the opportunity to build on what has worked in DC so far. It's not going to make everybody happy, like Kyle was saying, which, I mean, very, very rarely does art ever make everyone happy.
Yeah.
So, and then there'll be more answers about the future of DCU. I don't know how much James Gunn, like how careful him or the media team or whoever's tweeting these things out, how careful they are with the art that they choose to use from the comics. It's a lot of Alex Ross, which is cool. So yeah, so I think we don't have a lot of information, but we do know that like Wonder Woman 3 has been canceled.
I'm hearing that they basically gave her a chance. They even said that they met with her and said they even gave her a chance to rewrite the script, and she said no and just walked away.
Yeah,
she said so. Like,
I don't know. I think she's an asset. I think you keep Patty Jenkins, somebody who's worked on Wonder Woman. I think you keep Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot. I really don't care about Cheetah. I don't think Cheetah made enough of an impact. No. But Kristen Wiig's, an asset. So I still think you would want to keep her. I just think that Cheetah character was a waste.
It was.
Because Patty Jenkins can tell good stories. And I mean, we saw it in the first Wonder Woman movie. And I still wonder how she was able to get that movie out with the studio interference. Because DC has just fucked with these movies up until now. And that's why we're having the show. But I say keep both of those. I feel like those were, I feel like Wonder Woman's a important character in this universe. And we have a good Wonder Woman. And we have someone who's telling... I say 84 wasn't good.
No, it was horrible.
And that may be her. the studio's fault. We don't know, but I think we haven't seen Wonder Woman done well in a long time, and you want to stay with what has worked.
Not since the 70s.
Yeah, and that first movie worked. I think if you gave her more creative freedom, we might see a lot different Wonder Woman film.
And to be honest, I mean, I don't think the second movie was as good as the first. It wasn't bad. I mean, Cheetah was a waste in it. I loved having Max. What's his face?
If I had seen it in the theater, I would have won my money back. I'll be straight up honest. I was not a fan of that second film.
Yeah, that weird body switch, like he was possessing a body that was with Wonder Woman for a time, was kind of weird. Like,
oh yeah, the whole I guess
spiritual consensual question, you know.
I guess
there is that. I will give you that.
Ask your local exorcist.
So here's the question I have based on all those gun tweets is, which, wow, that sounds weird when I say that out loud. Yeah, is will Gunn want his Suicide Squad to be the first of what he develops, or is he even going to just kind of abandon that and they're really starting from scratch? Like, that's kind of what I'm curious, because there's just enough tendrils in his Suicide Squad to the old DCEU that I wonder if he's going to want to keep those there.
I don't see why he wouldn't keep them, because I mean, we're still getting Peacemaker season 2.
Yeah,
right. But I guess he
wants to cross everything over in all medium, so I don't see why he wouldn't just keep like the Suicide Squad, if possible, is still part of that universe.
Okay, all right.
Nope, sorry. Hold on. Oh, you're gonna put it in the cam? All right, cool.
Wait. Oh, nice.
I got this for Christmas last night. Ornament. It's a Christmas tree ornament of Peacemaker.
Nice.
Oh, that's amazing.
Does it come with an eagle?
No,
it should.
Oh.
But
they have a pop where he's hugging eagerly.
That set that I just bought does have an eagle.
Oh, there you go.
and it's eagly sized.
Eagly sized. Nice.
So, well, I think Clay's about to make your own ornament. Yeah. Rad. All right, let's get on to the actual conversation that we want to have. I don't know if you guys want to have this conversation, but I figured it'd be fun to talk about. Let's go through. I have a list here of a lot of the DCU actors that have been around. So we're gonna have to keep them or boot them. Now, if we all kind of keep them as a group or boot them as a group, then whatever. We'll all agree, I guess, or majority agrees. But if we're split, then we'll have a little bit more of an argument as to why or why not. So let's start with Gal Gadot. I think it's a good starting point now that we know that the Wonder Woman's canceled. Now I'm gonna say boot, and I do have some reasons. So I don't know if anyone's with me.
Boot who?
Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman.
Okay, let's hear this argument.
Yeah.
So I think we can use this opportunity to pivot into some of the other Wonder Women, and like we can use Nubia, we can bring in Wonder Girl, Yara Flor, who's very popular. So I think we can take this opportunity to let Gal do more Netflix movies or whatever she's doing, and just bring in a new mythos of Wonder Woman. So it really stems from this. Like, I don't even know what her character arc is it was gonna be like with these 3 movies. I think the first one was very clear, right? I think, matter of fact, it's one of my favorite movies in the DC's made in a long time. The first Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
but the second one just really missed the mark. It feels like kind of a waste of Pedro Pascal and Kristen Wiig. And yeah, I'm glad I didn't go to watch it at the theater either. Like, because I would have been kind of upset that it was. I don't know. It feels like the 80s would have been like the perfect, or 84, right? Yeah. So
84.
I don't know. That's my argument for moving on from Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. I don't know if anybody agrees with me now.
I was hesitant until you said let's bring in other examples. I would love to see like a Nubia on screen. That'd be amazing.
Yeah. I
wouldn't limit it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have to see the characters, but I don't think you limit. I had to say, but somebody explained to me, like when they were doing Marvel, you had to have certain characters you have to keep in that franchise. And DC's been so hit or miss when it comes to their DCU. I think you got to keep her in there as Wonder Woman just because people know that character.
So here's a way I think they can do it. The next film, or even better, like an exclusive series, is set on the island. And so you can bring back Godot, you can bring back the amazing actors that were there and use that to introduce the new generation, right?
Because even DC in the comics, and I know they keep trying this, like, let's remove the main 7 from the Justice League, or the main, like, let's try to have some of the other characters fill in or whatever. So I always like when they attempt that. I don't know that they've handled it very well, because they it's almost as if they blink, like DC just blinks too early, and they don't give it enough time to actually like let people be like, oh, this is actually good. Like, I do love Kyle Rayner, like we do. Like, I do love all these other legacy characters. Like, Tim Drake could make a great Batman, or stuff like that. So,
but see, that's where I think we got, we got video games, we got TV, and we got animation. That's where I think these other characters can flourish, and then you can bring them into the big thing. I think you kind of get with at least the main films, you got to focus on the main characters that people know.
But I think we're at a stage that people know, like the suits, the logos. They're so much a part of pop culture. I mean, this isn't like when we were kids, where if we tried to go hunting down an X-Men shirt, we would have to, like, there was no Hot Topic. There was nothing that we would hope our comic shop might have something decent.
Where did you get your pops?
Exactly. We didn't have shit. It was harder back then.
Yeah, but I mean, I think we're still in a place, especially because, and I was arguing this, but I have to admit I was wrong, is the majority of the fans who go to see comic book films aren't going to be the comic book fans. It's going to be, society, and people want Bruce Wayne Batman. They want Clark Kent Superman. I mean,
I don't know. I don't think they know what they want, because if you think about it, James Gunn took a Guardians team that wasn't very popular and turned it into something huge. So he can serve it, and people will go, "This is what I want."
No. I mean, but we had to build off of people that we knew first: Iron Man, Thor, the Hulk, Captain America. You had to build the universe first. Those characters.
I mean,
but those aren't even a part of Guardians, though. That Guardians one stands on its own.
I know, but we already. But I'm saying, we don't have a good, efficient DCU universe built where I think a lot of those standalone movies can go strong first.
Okay, well, here's my pitch. Here's my pitch to bring back everything. Your first movie is basically Crisis. And you bring together the Justice Society at a moment. And I'm going to go ahead and pitch my intro of the film. Is you have a close up of Denzel Washington, and he has a T on his face, and he's addressing the Justice Society, and he's like, the multiverse is collapsing, and we have to do something, huh?
What if we get Jonathan Majors?
Actually, wait.
The multiverse is collapsing, and the heroes we're seeing are different versions. Like, maybe we're not seeing a Gal Gadot Wonder Woman, but we know it's Wonder Woman. We see a Batman, but it's not a Batman we've ever seen before, And maybe Henry Cavill's in this group, but you have a Crisis on Infinite Earths. You do the fan service of bringing in. Like, if you could get Stephen Amell to show up in a fucking Crisis movie for 10 seconds while the Arrowverse is wiped out, people would shit their pants and think that's cool as hell. And then at the end, you reset DC, and you don't know who's good and who's bad. Like, you suddenly collapse these universes together, because I think Black Adam, it was terrible. I think his character needs to be rebooted in a way better version. But I would love to see characters disappear while the story's going on. Like, you take for granted that some of these characters have been played by actors. Have Michael Keaton in it, and Batman 89 disappears.
So I love this idea, and it just dawned on me. One movie not in that list, Daniel, was The Flash. So has that been canceled?
No, it's on there. They actually moved it up on the schedule.
Oh, okay.
Because I think they just want to move on. They just let's put it out there, whatever.
Yeah, but that would be the perfect way to lead into Crisis, right? Mm-hmm. Because it already seems like it's dealing with the multiverse.
I believe that
the movie was supposed to reset the whole universe. I thought it was supposed to do like a Flash, but where it's going to reset the whole thing.
I think that Flash movie is definitely the last one on the list. So it'll definitely be like
that's right. That's where you do it.
Whatever they reshot or whatever they decided, that movie's gonna if they want to tie it all in, that's how it's going to be done. If they don't want to tie it all in, then it's not going to matter, right? So
Right.
I want to talk about another character that I think make me like the character they portray more than I already did. Jason Momoa as Aquaman. I know we only got one standalone movie with Aquaman, but we did see him in
it. We've had 3
Yeah.
films.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And he's always a winner.
And
So-
Peacemaker. Let's not
Yeah,
forget.
yeah, yeah.
He does show up in Peacemaker. So
How do you guys do we want to keep Aquaman or do you want to keep Jason Momoa as
Well,
Aquaman?
I heard there's rumors that they might be moving him to Lobo.
Yeah,
I
was
heard that
wild.
too. That's a weird ass rumor, but we haven't had a great Aquaman ever. Why would you fucking replace the one guy that everyone loved and he's been in 3 movies and we go like this fucking guy's awesome. Like he's the funnest interpretation of Arthur we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
we get his dad to be Boba Fett. So like, come on. Who wouldn't want that?
Now here's an easy one. Amber Heard.
Boo.
Boom.
Boo.
All right, that's the easy one.
I think it's already a given. After everything that happened, I think that's pretty much a given.
How about the
Yeah.
Flash?
Out.
No, they're out of here.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
dude.
so those are
I would
pretty
love
easy.
to see. I would love to see at the end Grant Gustafson take over, but I don't think they would do that.
What about Martha Manhunter?
Oh, Lennox,
Martha
what's his
Manhunter.
name?
which one? I mean,
Uh,
you've got, you know, can we bring in the MASH one? That's the one I want.
Oh, God.
That's a joke only for Clay and Kyle.
No,
It's so funny to see him in that the crossover thing because it's like the guy is not in shape at all. And
No,
he's
no,
playing
it's
Martian
just- yeah,
Manhunter shirtless.
It'd be like me wearing it.
I think
So
it's David Ogden Steers.
yeah,
That-
it was. It was.
yes. Who was from MASH, right?
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
he was on Match.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, you also got Super
let's
Martian Manhunter.
let's say goodbye before that. Let's say goodbye with a good clip.
I'm so fucking sick of that rumor.
It's not a rumor.
Fuck you, Barry.
Fuck you,
Dude,
Barry.
why would you get rid of that Aquaman? Why?
Yeah,
See,
exactly.
I mean,
Exactly.
that's just fucking.
Oh, that was a goodbye to the Flash.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
Uh,
here's a question for you guys. Do you want the Batman version in this new extended universe?
No.
No,
No.
but it would be interesting.
Wow,
if
am I
it
the only
exists.
one?
Yeah.
Holy
Hold
shit!
on. Let me caveat there with say I do want a Batman in. So I want 2 Batman at all times.
I just don't want what's his name playing Batman in there.
Robert
Okay, here's-
Pattinson? Or-
I would see in a crisis movie. I would love to see how many Batman I could get into one scene. Because what is that conversation with Michael Keaton Batman?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
you
still
know,
rumored
Ben Affleck Batman, Christian Bale Batman.
I mean, we're supposed to have Keaton and Affleck, Batman and Flash together.
I have
which
a
I think
theory.
They're removing some of those scenes, but go ahead, Josh.
I have a theory, and the theory is I wonder if, despite bringing in Gunn and Peter, what's his name,
Parker.
yeah, if DC execs are going to want Pattinson's Batman to at least make an appearance in the Joker 2 movie, because tonally they kind of fit, right?
Wow. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That would, wow.
So
No,
I mean,
I just wouldn't mess with it. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I know.
Keep
I
them-
agree with you. I agree with you. Danny's like,
Keep them separated.
okay,
And I hate to say, do we really need a Joker 2 film? I know we're getting it, but do we really need a Joker 2 film?
I agree with you. I am not hyped about this sequel
It's a
because
perfect
I think-
standalone film.
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I'm curious. I got to admit, because the musical part of it,
Yes.
I'm very curious about. I just don't know what it could be.
Yes, Chocolate
Like
Dish.
on the chat. Or like a movie about Manhunter and his
My-
Coco edition.
My Justice League pitch has always been from the perspective of Martian Manhunter. He comes to Earth and he's like going to help these people, and they're all fucked. And he's like, "How do you help these people?" And he pulls together a super team.
One of the most recent issues of Wonder Woman that I read is dealing with Clark and Bruce meeting Diana on the old Watchtower and on the moon, and they're basically talking about how, like, you know, they had to stop these aliens who had been there thinking they were the Justice League, and after they set him free and sent him home, he's like saying, "I can't believe we don't have any food here. And no offense, Bruce, but I don't want your rations that you keep in your belt." So Bruce goes, "Wait a second, I think it's over here." Undoes a little part of the wall and takes out a stash of hidden chocos that Martian Manhunter had kept, and he goes. And they're like, "Don't you think John's gonna be pissed?" He's like, "Nah, I think after we've been there, we deserve a treat."
So that comment made me think of an amazing, and so thank you, Legoland, made me think of an amazing thing James Gunn should do, and that is set up the whole new DCEU, so we get it. Let's say all new versions of the core characters, and then bring them together in an HBO Max Justice League show based on the classic 80s series by Giffen and
yes. Wait, yeah, I know who you're talking about. I just can't believe it's the Justice League.
No, it's called Justice League.
I know, but it was the Giffen run. Giffen and
Justice League Giffen
right
and
there.
I know it's Kevin
McGuire.
Thank you. You know, so
JLI book.
No, JLI came later, but it's by the same team.
What book?
It started out as Justice League.
Oh, you mean like the one that had like Captain Marvel and Dr. Fate, like they came out of Legends?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, I'll
that was a good run.
I mean, I just think the fun part is we already have distinct characters that have played it for all of our generations. There are, you know, versions of Superman that we've seen, Batman, and we all have like difference in favorites. It just would be cool to see a crisis that kind of brought them together for moments. And then that explodes into a universe where we don't know. We have a Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, but are they good? You know, we suddenly have to question, like, who is everybody, because we've had a collapse of the multiverse. And you could make different versions of them. You can bring back classic versions, ones we've seen on TV. I mean, I would just love to see a Supergirl fly again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you won't believe a girl can fly.
And I want I want the Superman movie that made me feel like the Donner films.
So this brings up the other rumor, which is they're bringing back Cavill as Superman. And I'm like, no, I am against this, and it's partly.
Okay, hold on. Before, Kyle, are you Cavill? Yes or no?
I was gonna say out because for you, but I'm okay.
Well, you still can. That way we can argue about it.
Okay with
let's have this argument and see which way we can sway his vote.
Yeah.
As long as they go like the Cavill we get as Superman at the end of Black Adam, if we actually keep a lighter costume, a lighter Christopher Reeves-esque Superman, I say keep him. Even though as much as I would like to see Tyler Hoechlin in it as the new Superman in the new universe. But if they decide to keep going with the Snyderverse Superman, kick him out.
Yeah, I don't like the darker version, but he said he's wanted to play a happier, hopeful Superman, and we need that.
Again, it's like I told you.
Cut them all.
I'm kind of with Legoland on this. I'm like, let's just start fresh.
Well,
I'm going to cut them all and keep Amber Heard.
Oh my God!
Light this candle, huh?
And cancel next issue.
Oh my God!
I mean, I'd almost like to see, like, I think we got a lot out of the CW verse, the DCW, whatever we should call it. I think like you could bring Gustin in as the Flash, you can bring Tyler Hoechlin in as Superman, you bring Melissa in as Supergirl. I think why not bring them into the movie casting universe? I think they play decent roles for those roles, like, and people know them.
Yeah, I just kind of love I mean, I would love to see Ryan Reynolds suit up as Green Lantern again, because know that they would make it would be for the joke, and that would be the only way he would do it.
Well, I don't think he can anymore since his soul's owned by Marvel now.
Oh, hold on, we got
look. Leonard Kim with the deep cut here.
This one?
Yes.
Oh, that would be bold. Fucking
oh man.
If they don't cut him, I'm done with DC.
Okay, so yeah,
more charismatic. But that's the way he was written. I feel like Henry is very charismatic and can turn it on. Man from Uncle changed my mind on his acting.
Well,
I love that movie.
I like him as an actor, and actually, if the rumor is true that he left The Witcher to go play Superman again, that's what pisses me off because I love him as The Witcher.
Well, let me make you feel more at ease because I love The Witcher, so I obviously did not want him to leave either. Like, just clone him. We can do both, but but I think from the stuff was actually left The Witcher because of disagreements he had with writers about how they were treating the material and where because Cavill loves.
I did hear that,
and, all that stuff. So
obviously,
then maybe this information kind of, Also, dude, reloading his arms in Mission Impossible.
I'm even going to go one different. Like, I mean, it's not a major role, but I mean, he's we're talking about charisma. Like, he's not so bad even in the Enola Holmes movies on.
I need to watch that.
Yeah, I love that stuff.
He's pretty charismatic as Sherlock in those movies.
No, see, I like him as an actor, and I will confess I haven't seen Black Adam yet, so I don't know this. Like
in credit 3 seconds, but it comes off like, I feel like they're actually going in the right direction with this character.
Well, hopefully it comes out on December. It comes out December 16th, so maybe we'll plan some kind of watch along for Black Adam. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, you're changing my mind a little bit because I do like Cavill as an actor. I'm kind of with Legoland on this, like just kind of reboot everything, bring us all new versions of
I put him under hopeful supervision, a Christopher Columbus type, the way he handled like Captain America, I think would be a good director and writer for a new Superman, but as Henry Cavill.
But what if, and again, I keep going back to the series because I think that's where James Gunn really shines.
Okay.
What if we keep Cavill, but he doesn't get a movie? He's just an actor showing up in everything else as the linchpin, if you will.
Unless Gunn can make a deal with Marvel on this, I say drop Cavill for one reason.
Oh, no.
I want to see Cavill as Captain Britain.
Or as the Sentry.
But he's not enough of an asshole.
He can play the asshole.
He can play the asshole. Yeah.
I want to see. I think Cavill would be perfect as Captain Britain. He's British and right there, and why not? He's got the physique. He's got everything. I think he could easily play that character.
Now here, let me trigger the chat and remind you.
He would look weird blonde.
Henry Cavill will be playing the Highlander, so that's sorry on the chat. But yeah, I like him a lot as an actor. I like him as Superman. I think that scene on Men of Steel where he learns how to fly is one of my favorite sequences in all the stuff that's been put out by DC.
What's so funny about Man of Steel is until the end, it is that kind of hopeful return. Mm-hmm. And Cavill's great. And he's got, the bit that's seared in my brain is the moment when he's being interviewed by Lois and she asks about the symbol and he just kind of scoffs. He's like, it means hope, right? And that scene comes across so poorly, but for the most part, he's really good in that movie. It just Snyder screwed the pooch on the ending. So,
I mean, how do you get rid of Michael Shannon? That's the problem.
Wait, what about Michael Shannon?
Oh man, yeah, I would definitely bring him back. I would uncrap
his neck. Keep Michael Shannon as Zod. He was great.
You know who I would make a linchpin of the films the way you're talking about Superman?
Yeah.
I would Viola Davis.
Oh shit! Yeah,
Amanda Waller is a bad bitch, and I would love to be her. Just make her kind of a critical point that kind of has her hand involved, not just in Suicide Squad, Task Force X, but other shit because he knows who Batman is.
She needs to be the Nick Fury role that what he did.
But like a darker version.
But in Viola, Waller style. None of this Nick Fury soft approach.
Yeah. Execute your team on the way out. Gangster shit. That was the one the first movie that I was just like, holy shit, she is Amanda Waller.
I need to go rewatch Suicide Squad or the Suicide Squad.
Not the original.
Yeah, not the
original. You can watch both.
Can I?
Let's touch on a few. This is a big one. I think this will be an easy one too. Margot Robbie as Harley.
Keith, if you get rid of her, then I'm done again.
I think she has done that character so well.
Yeah.
I mean, God forbid that first Suicide Squad movie, but she's entertaining in it.
Does she want to keep going? Is the question.
That's true.
I think she likes working with James Gunn, and I think Gunn. I mean, she's also a producer, so I think Gunn would probably allow her to maybe kind of I think she was a producer on Birds of Prey, so I think stuff like that, she could even handle some of that part of the universe, like the Gotham City Sirens or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
We know that the big three with Warner Brothers in sales is Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, and they've wanted to try to uplift Harley because she has been a big seller, and they've tried to pivot her less evil and make her,
I mean, well, that's the way they got with her in the comic books.
An anti-hero,
Yeah.
And
she's getting a lot of love in the comics for this 30-year anniversary as well.
Yeah, they could really tentpole her as a major character.
The other character from 1992 that's having a field day this year.
So what if they keep Robbie and never introduce the Joker? The idea here is she is our connection to the Joker who's gone.
That's fine.
I like that.
So, that way they don't have to cast a Joker again, right?
She's so disassociated from the Joker character in the comic books now too. It's not only
but that's her origin,
right?
Her origin, but we already saw it.
Yeah,
we already know it.
Suicide Squad, Birds of Prey. We've already got that. She started off. She became Harley because of the Joker.
Even the way they addressed it in Birds of Prey, I thought it was magnificent. Where we just did a cartoon.
Hold on, what happened to Josh?
No, I just thought of something. All right, keep Robbie. Give us Mad Love the movie live action.
Oh,
the canonical origin story.
God, that would be fun.
That would be awesome. And unfortunately, you would have to cast the Joker there. But oh God, that'd be amazing.
You could never show him and use Mark Hamill's voice.
Yeah. Oh God, I would love that. Oh, that'd be so good.
Well, they sort of did it.
You could also do the more recent Harleen. The Black Label book. Yeah.
Man,
it's really good.
Yeah, I would definitely utilize Mark Hamill as the Joker any place I could.
Yeah.
In the new DCU.
Okay, let's do another one that I think may be divisive because I'm here.
Oh no.
Let's see here.
I mean, this is very recent. So, do you guys want to keep The Rock as Shazam, as a Black Adam? Now I know Josh, you haven't seen the movie.
I have no dog in this fight because I haven't seen it yet.
I want you to think about the star power that is The Rock.
Yeah, well, but
that's the problem. Yeah.
Do we have? I don't know if he has as much power as he thought he did now with Gunn and Severin coming in.
You got to think about it. Nobody knows who the fuck Black Adam is, and he took a character and made that much money. People didn't go see a Black Adam movie. People
they didn't make that much money. They're in the black. They didn't. It hasn't even made money back in the theater.
I mean, from what I've seen, The Rock has addressed this. That was not. I mean, I don't know. Studios always do funny accounting too. So you can never really
Warner
trust
Brothers, especially.
Yeah,
Warner Brothers is sketchy as fuck because
I saw something that Warner Brothers sold the movie to HBO but then that still counts towards. I don't know. Like it's weird because I was like, wait, I thought doesn't Warner Brothers own HBO? It's so fucking weird. That like,
Well,
I would hate to
look
be
like
an
it earns
accountant.
less, so they don't pay bonuses.
I would hate to. Yeah, I would hate to be an accountant at Warner Brothers.
If The Rock can play ball and he's not, and as long as he gets along with Gunn and Saffron, I think I'm fine with The Rock. Keep it as Black Adam.
That's what I'm saying. Like, don't think of this as The Rock having to face off against James Gunn and Peter Saslav. Think of Peter Saslav and James Gunn fully utilizing the potential of The Rock.
I would, as long as they can play ball together.
Yeah, so like they can get somebody, you know, like they can make a story that's more cohesive to whatever they're planning. Because as we saw in the tweets, they're doing a long-term plan.
Yeah.
As long as they can play ball, but I mean, like, but am I going to be behind The Rock or Gunn? I'm going Gunn.
We're doing Rock.
I say keep Rock for now.
Keep The Rock, but get rid of Black Adam. Cast him as someone else in the multiverse, and yeah,
I'm okay with him staying as Black Adam.
I don't think Black Adam's a great character.
I want to see.
I want Black Adam to meet Peacemaker.
Okay, here we go.
Want him to meet
John Cena.
Yes.
Oh, keep.
Yes.
Oh, that's easy.
You gotta keep. I mean,
we're in the wrestling spot, so I had to throw his name in there.
I mean, honestly, the entire cast of that series needs to remain. So everybody is great in that.
All right, this one may not be as easy. I don't know, maybe. What about I know the Shazam movie's still coming out next year, but what about Zachary Levi going forward?
Keep him.
Yes.
That's Shazam.
Yeah,
I think he's fantastic. I love that dude, and he brings so much energy and just the wholesome kid energy to that character.
You can't. I mean, I don't think I've heard anything ever negative about him. You know, acting or even just a person in general. Like he's supposed to be like one of the greatest guys out there. So I think. Okay, so Lego.
We got another vote for the Peacemaker cast. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, I would keep.
Is there
The Rock. I just don't know who I'd cast him as.
Is there any villains you guys would want them to come back to keep reprising the roles? Specifically for you, Clay, I'm thinking of Jack Courtney as Captain Boomerang.
If they hadn't cast Shazam, could you have seen The Rock play Submariner?
Oh man! Now that Tanaka's done it, I don't know.
Yeah.
Now that Tanaka's done it, I don't see anyone.
Yeah.
I have a contentious thing, but again, I'm putting all this together in my brain. You do a Giffen Justice League show, and you bring back Pedro Pascal as Max Lord.
Yes.
And give him the chance to really shine.
Yeah.
I would love that.
And let him eat the tamale the right way.
Because we know he knows, right? So
what about The Rock as Martian Manhunter?
No.
I really like the guy. I think Martian Manhunter has to be a CGI voiced by Harry Lennox. Is that his name? I don't remember the actor. The guy from Men of Steel that turned out to be Martian Manhunter.
No, hold on.
Yeah, that's him.
All right, let's do some quick fire stuff. Would you guys want to see Joe Manganiello back and actually reprise Deathstroke?
No.
Yes.
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 Bring back Arrowverse version of
Manu Bennett.
Yeah,
Manu Bennett.
So
he's been the best so far.
Yeah.
I love Manu Bennett, but I didn't realize he was so short.
Well, here
that's the only thing. But they can work around that. But
because I've never gotten the impression of.
No, you're right, but I think it's because Stephen Amell is also not a very tall dude. Like he's definitely taller than me, but he's not like
Manu Bennett's 5'11".
That's short for Deathstroke.
Yeah.
Well, no,
but what about, I agree. I love that Deathstroke.
I like that. But what about David Harwood as Martian Manhunter?
From
Supergirl? Yeah.
I'd be up for that. He was great.
Yeah, I did enjoy that. I'd love to see him elevated because I love seeing like supporting characters become main characters.
Exactly.
And he was good in that role.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. One more. Judge Abdul Mateen II. Do we want that Black Manta back?
I'm fine with it. I mean,
I thought he was great. I just didn't think he had enough for his character.
I'll give you that.
But I would want to see, like in the comics right now, they're having Black Manta be like this. He's trying to reform because of his son. So I would love to see some kind of story like that. And Yahya Abdul-Mateen is a fantastic. I mean, we all watch Watchmen. You don't watch Watchmen?
I still haven't seen it.
Dude, oh my God, it's so good. Jesus Christ. Go watch Elf and Watchmen, all right?
Make it a Christmas special.
Double feature.
Yeah.
It will take you about 10 hours. Maybe more.
Can I pitch another two I'd love to see come back and team up on screen together?
Okay. Don't forget. Patrick Wilson as the Ocean Master.
I'm okay.
I think I like to see him back as something else. I like Patrick Wilson.
I like Patrick Wilson.
How about what's his face from Snyder's Watchmen? Night Owl, yeah.
That's really, again, if you have a crisis movie, you could integrate those Watchmen characters.
Why don't you want him back as
Ocean Wildstorm characters?
I'm just curious. Why don't you want him back as Ocean Master? I mean, I don't really have any thing for Ocean Master. That's what I'm saying. Like him as Ocean Master really is
because it took him having to say who he was. I didn't remember it, so his performance didn't stand out to me.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, Clay. You had some stuff you wanted to.
I would love to see Michael Shannon and Terrence Stamp share scenes as Zod from different dimensions.
Oh my God!
Terrence Stamp
still alive?
Yeah, he was in One Night in Soho. I just watched it.
Oh, really? Okay. All right.
That'd be awesome. You have to do some de-aging like Russell style on him.
No. Terrence Stamp would be the version that's been in prison this entire time, and he's like near death. So all he wants to do is empower the other Zod to kill Superman. So he's just giving him everything he knows to destroy him.
Here, take this cellophane.
Here, I found this creature called Doomsday. If anything could end Superman, this is it.
He already tried that.
Yeah, but two Zods hanging out, just wanting to be evil as fuck. Like, I think we're missing out that DC has the best villains. What we would love to see more is the villains and how they interact. I would love to see a Legion.
What about what's his name? Savannah.
Oh, Mark Strong.
Oh, Mark Strong.
He was
Yeah,
Savannah. I think he was
good. I liked him.
I recently rewatched The Kingsman because it was on TV.
Yeah.
And
so good.
I really like him as a not villain, but he's so good as a villain.
I had one little problem with Miss Savannah in Shazam. It was the fact because Savannah is supposed to be sort of like the Lex Luthor to Shazam. They didn't play like a fucking like I have no problem with him trying to gain powers, but he wasn't like an evil genius type of character.
It'd be like if Lex Luthor just got Superman's powers. Like that's not what he's about.
No, I have no problem with that. But I didn't feel like he was a Lex Luthor. I didn't feel like he was a super genius.
Speaking of, by the way, I have a weird flex. I want Michael Rosenbaum to come back as Lex Luthor.
Yes,
and John Cryer.
Yes,
John Cryer.
I want to see both
because
2.5 Lex.
To me, Rosenbaum is the best Lex Luthor, right? Because he the first few seasons of Smallville, you're like, he's a good guy, he's a bad guy, he's a good guy, he's a bad guy, and he pulls it all off. He's so good.
But see, what I'd love to him to be like the Earth 2 Lex Luthor that shows up at the beginning that says, "Take me to your superheroes," and we know him for a decade as an evil Lex Luthor.
That would be
he's
awesome.
a good one looking for help.
Yeah.
Michael Rosenbaum with John Cryer meeting up with Luthor Prime Gene Hackman.
Oh shit! Gene
The
Hackman
problem is how do you bring Hackman back from retirement?
You can't. You CGI him and Ned Beatty, and you put.
There you go.
You guys wouldn't want these Lexes hanging out with Jesse Eisenberg, though, right?
Oh fuck that! You mean the Riddler?
Dude, he's the first Lex that they kill when they show up because he's the weakest of them all.
Well, no, it's like no. That's Earth 2 Lex because remember in Crisis when Earth 2 Lex Brainiac just vaporizes him.
Oh God! I would love to see that version.
I got a few here. Mary Elizabeth Winstead as the Huntress.
I'm okay with it.
Yes.
Yeah, I love her.
But advance a little more out of the bit that she plays in the movie where she's this quiet person. Like I'd love her to see like be a full on fucking action star.
Okay. What about Journey Smollett as Dinah Lance, the Black Canary?
Because I loved her fight scenes. I thought she was fantastic, and it's a version we haven't really seen.
I was excited when she was supposed to be
it.
getting a TV show. But
wait, I got one. We're not ever going to see the film, but I think I still like to see her portrayal. What about Leslie Grace's Batgirl?
I just want to see the Batgirl film. I really wish they would figure out a way to release that.
It's hard to tell because like we never got to see it, right?
Yeah, so I say keep her for now because I'd like to see what she might have done as that character.
Yeah. Also, can we?
I heard she's in talks with Gunn and Sufferin to stay, possibly do more with the character. So
can we bring back somehow Ewan McGregor?
Yes,
because he was fantastic as Black Mask, and I was very sad that he blew up. But maybe that was part of why he took the role, because he's like one and done.
And we've seen two versions of Zaz that I love, because the Zaz that we see in Birds of Prey and in Gotham, the guy that plays him in Gotham is fantastic.
No. Gotham. What the guys who played Penguin and Riddler, bring them over into the DCU.
Oh,
shit.
Oh,
shit. I love Gotham. I need to revisit that show.
I still like Gotham, but whether you hate or love it, they did villains right. At least some villains right.
Here's my pitch for a film: Deadshot versus Fish Mahoney. Will Smith versus.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
Will Smith versus his wife Jada,
and then
that would be hilarious.
And then at some point in there, Deadshot has to walk up and smack someone bad mouthing.
Okay, what about this? What about this? What about if Fish hires Bloodsport to kill Deadshot and Deadshot to kill Bloodsport?
Oh,
they don't know.
Yeah. Oh shit, that would be a great assassin. Oh fuck, I'd love to see that.
My money's on Bloodsport.
Would you guys like to see Liam Neeson come back as Ra's al Ghul?
No.
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 I always thought that was a weird one, so I wanted to see.
I don't want any of the Nolan verse in this reboot.
Thank you.
Scarecrow. I want a Scarecrow.
I feel like keep it in the Nolan verse is kind of my thinking.
I'm okay there being a Scarecrow. I just don't want that Scarecrow.
Yeah, I would rather have a more traumatic Scarecrow, someone who really like. There's a fear element we haven't seen.
No offense, I didn't find. I mean, it was Scarecrow, but I mean, there's the actor who played him. There's nothing creepy about him. We need somebody who like.
Oh, I think he's very creepy.
Robert Englund playing the Scarecrow.
Ooh, I like that.
Dead.
Fuck, I like that.
Which, if I'm not mistaken, I think he voiced the Scarecrow in one of the series.
Oh, he did?
I think so. I was watching something on Instagram. They're talking about like characters Robert Englund has voiced in both Marvel and DC. Like he voiced Vulture and Spectacular Spider-Man.
Huh. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
Let me see if I can find it.
I know that I've seen some fan casting for this, and I'm just going to drop this one in because it amuses me. But the ventriloquist, the Batman villain, Scarface, that has the dummy.
Okay.
Bryan Cranston.
Oh, that would be good.
Wait a minute, hold on. I change everything. Andy Serkis. I'm sorry, Andy Serkis. Because I'd love to. I mean, the way he did Gollum in Lord of the Rings, and then you also take what he just did in Andor. I think he would be fantastic. Who are we forgetting?
I feel like Robert Englund voiced what do you call it? The Scarecrow in Injustice.
Oh, interesting. Okay. There's got to be a huge cast for those games. I'm just not aware of. Man, if
is Zoe Saldana, has she not done a DC movie?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Wow.
What about her as oh god, I just blanked on her name. The female magician.
Zatanna?
Yeah.
That could maybe work.
I would like that. I mean, she'd be awesome. because she's got the range I think you need for Zatanna. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm trying to think who would be my counter, but I can't really think of anyone.
Oh, well, here's one we haven't discussed yet. Do we bring back what's his face as Constantine?
Yes, Matt Ryan.
He's only Constantine. No offense, but out Keanu Reeves.
I will go to bat for Reeves as Constantine. I like that movie. I think he's not terrible.
Dude, be British.
Be British.
Be British.
Drink some tea.
I keep meaning to rewatch it because there have been rumors they're going to do a Constantine 2 with Reeves, right?
Well, it was out one day that it was true, and then next day it was denied.
Oh, okay.
But Matt Ryan has. I mean, it's like if you ever get around to doing freaking a live action Squirrel Girl, it's got to be what's her name from the AT&T.
Oh yes, exactly. Because she voiced her in the cartoon, right?
Yeah, and everything. Video game, and she's been the voice for every video game and cartoon iteration. And she was supposed to be the live action version of the new Warriors TV series they were going to do, but they scrapped it.
I would bring back Brandon Routh as Superman, the Kingdom Come Superman.
Yeah.
Ooh,
the darker version. I just love that dude.
I'm up for that.
Kingdom Come / Donner.
Yeah. Oh, that would be so man. God, so I'm still kind of stumped because I would love to see an Aaron Eckhart Two-Face, and you're saying still keep that in the Nolan verse?
Yeah, I think so. I think so, and because I feel like because once you go down that road, then they're going to be like, "Well, bring back Bane," and that we have not had a good live action Bane ever.
Okay, and this is
Tom Hardy. I love Tom Hardy.
I like Tom Hardy too, but that's not Bane. I mean, it just like.
Yeah. Okay, quick round table. You can keep one Doom Patrol actor.
Oh,
you get one.
Well, here's
gonna have to be Fraser.
You forget the actors they have playing Negative Man and Robot Man aren't actual actors. They're just voicing.
Right. But I'm saying like you got to keep Brendan Fraser. But I love that whole cast.
The whole cast. There's nothing wrong. And season 4 is out now too.
Yeah,
I haven't seen past season 1. I need to watch.
I haven't seen season 3.
Yeah,
I think the whole cast.
I picked Diane Guerrero as Crazy Jane because
to me she's been the best performer in that series and so underrated for all the characters she does.
She's great.
I'll say this much, and this is not a knock on I can't remember the actor's name, but the actor we have playing Cyborg in Doom Patrol feels more like Cyborg than the Cyborg we got in Justice League.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Here's an easy one. You have to keep the Titans show.
God, do we?
I'm everyone this season, but I'm like up and down.
I just don't know how Titans keeps getting renewed, but hey, good on
I
you.
will keep watching
it.
I do like the actress that.
No, Kyle.
What the fuck, Kyle? Quit supporting that shit when you haven't seen Elf.
Stop watching Titans and watch X-Men. You're already on the HBO.
Elf's got one problem with it. It has Will Ferrell.
What? But he's great in it. Like,
I'm not a hate comedy.
Fan. Okay, hang on. Let's do this in a roundabout fashion. Do you like Iron Man the movie?
The original one, yes.
Do you like Swingers the movie?
Yes.
Then you will like Elf because it's Jon Favreau.
I know. Somebody told me that. Somebody told me
like the movie Chef.
Okay.
Yes. There you go. Go watch it. It's great.
I know. I especially after this past one. I'm at the trivia and I go to the bar to get a drink, and the guy who comes up to me is asking me, "So what do you think about the trivia? How's your team doing?" I was like, "I just got here, so I don't know yet." And he said, "But I got to be honest, I've never seen the movie Elf." He goes, "What? Are you like Jewish like me? My parents never we watch holiday movies." And I was like, "No."
Oh man!
I didn't wait. Is that a thing? Like, can Jewish people not watch Elf?
Oh, I know, but I think his company was the one putting on the trivia there at the Shops of Legacy, so he was there to actually do it. He just moved here from New York and was working for the company, so he's just being humorous. He was one of the writers for the thing.
It's like Elf is the movie you watch, and then you're like 70 minutes into it, you're like, oh shit, that's Zoe Deschanel.
Yeah, exactly.
And I
got Con.
I got creamed with the fact everyone's telling me like it's the quintessential holiday special, but it's like I've got my quintessential holiday special. It's He-Man She-Ra Christmas special.
Oh shit.
Oh, maybe we should do a watch along of that.
You know what I watched this yesterday was the Muppet Family Christmas from '87. It's on YouTube, but it has the Muppets.
Oh yeah.
Sesame Street, Fraggle Rock, they're all together.
They all go to Fonzie's mother's house, which is in the countryside. And they're like all the Muppets cast is there, and then somehow they all this Sesame Street, like every Muppet from Sesame Street shows up, and then Kermit and Robin end up finding this hole, and they go in the hole and they meet the Fraggles.
Yeah, and the guy that's watching the house is the human from Fraggle Rock and his dog.
His dog. Yeah.
You know what I was thinking? I was thinking to celebrate all the subscribers, because we owe them a few things. I was like, can we just make it up by doing a watch along of the Star Wars Christmas special,
yes.
Or the holiday special, because it's on. I think it's on Disney, right? So we could do like where you can use the group watch feature.
I don't think it's on Disney.
I think it's on Disney Plus. If I'm
no, they only have the animated bit with Boba Fett.
Oh,
yeah,
they don't have the whole thing.
Well, that's funny. I think we could do a group watch thing on Plex, if I'm not mistaken.
I would think so. Yeah.
So maybe for our patrons, we would send them the link.
I do have the holiday special on my Plex. So
I think everyone has some kind of bootleg version of it. I think if you don't own some kind of bootleg version of the holiday special, you're not a real Star Wars fan.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to think of what else. It's
yeah, Masters of the Universe never fails.
Hell yeah,
that's true. Stir
Seeing Skeletor being influenced by the spirit of Christmas is awesome.
That's awesome.
All right, I think we've done it. We've done something.
No,
I don't know
what I've got more. Who do you pull from the Watchmen universe?
What's Watchmen?
If you could pull one character in from the
wait from which Watchmen?
That's true.
Exactly.
I mean,
you got Jeffrey Dean Morgan out there.
Can I pick Zack Snyder?
Yes,
no,
but his superpower is nothing related to.
I'm gonna go one better. Omit the Watchmen. They never happened. Let's bring the Charleston heroes in.
Whoa.
Okay, wait, hang on. I do like that.
Why limit yourself? Do both.
How about this? We bring in the oh my god, I am just blanking on names today. The Dr. Manhattan from the HBO show.
Yeah.
And he becomes the linchpin.
Oh, that's a good yeah.
But he also plays Black Manta.
yeah, exactly.
No, what you do is you have that Dr. Manhattan and Billy Crudup, Dr. Manhattan show up and witness each other and thought that they were the only ones that existed.
Yeah.
But then become
merge.
They
become one to help stabilize the multiverse.
Do they kiss first?
Yes, that's how they get together. That's how they
it's a full reach around. And that's how Crisis ends. It's with a reach around.
It's like but they multiply first. So it's like a big circle.
It's just a circle. It ends with a circle jerk in the multiverse and just closes.
And then there's one in the middle, and then it pans up, and it's the symbol on his forehead. See, they gotta hire us.
Is that what powers the machine in Crisis?
Yes.
I haven't read it in a while.
Oh my god.
The thing that keeps everything going in the DCU is Dr.
Is that where they're
violently masturbating?
Is that why they're called Manhunters?
Oh Lord.
Please pull this clip and put this on Twitter.
Oh wow, we just got
thanks to all the new subscribers.
We just got booted off of some service.
All right.
Well,
I think we definitely did it. Whatever it is we did it. I have a quick trailer I want us to watch. Although I wanted to mention, did you guys see the? Oh, hold on a second. Since the invention of the circle jerk, there have been 5 that were rated the most passionate, the most feared. The one who's left them all behind. Oh boy! All right.
Well, now we know
anyway.
the title of this episode.
Yeah, that's not gonna fit.
Just the circle
Anyways,
jerk.
um,
Or a Dr. Manhattan reach around.
yeah, it's gonna be hard to pivot out of this, but I will. So just wanted to some, I guess, delightful news in the sad weeks that we've had. We've lost a few people, but we did realize that on Thursday they released the Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League trailer introducing Batman.
Oh yeah,
and we found out that Kevin Conroy got to work on that project and finish that project, so he will be like, I think that's his last project that he was able to do. So I don't play video games. I'm definitely gonna pick up the game.
Not just him as Batman. It's gonna be the last time we see him as Batman and teaming up with Mark Hamill as the Joker.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
So it. I was very excited when I watched the trailer. Make sure you. There's a reaction. If you want to see me almost cry, you can go watch that video. But I do have. Let me try. I wanted to do a trailer reaction. But I
didn't know what that movie was.
Yeah,
what movie?
I think it's I don't know if it's a movie or an HBO show, but hold on, let me open it up. I saw it yesterday and it looked interesting because I like when HBO does weird stuff like this, where it's like a moment in history that they try to capture. Let me see if I can. Let's see. Okay, let me see if you guys can hear this. Oh.
Gentlemen, the president needs men of action.
Okay, good. All right.
Woody.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to watch it. So this is called White House Plumbers, and I think it has to do with like Richard Nixon or something.
It's the Watergate movie.
It's the Watergate, yeah.
Yeah. So it's coming to HBO in 2023. So yeah, let's check out the trailer.
The row? Oh my god!
I think so.
All right.
I think so.
Yeah.
Let's check out.
Anyway, sorry. All right.
Gentlemen, the president needs men of action. Your new mission is to make sure he wins this election.
What are we?
Is that General Hux?
Sabotage, espionage.
I think so.
Infiltration, bare knuckle tactics. Same shit they do to us every election.
We have recruited covert operatives to plant surveillance inside the Watergate.
You are White House employees on the payroll. For God's sake, don't get caught.
We will be third-rate burglars forever. People need to understand why we did what we did. Sometimes I find it confusing. And we did it.
Judy Greer.
Oh yes.
Is the FBI here?
Howard, we are well and truly. They should fear me. I know things that could tear this country apart. Who really killed JFK? Oh, Christ.
That looks great.
I love when HBO does stuff like this because they just it almost I don't know how they do it, but they always seem to find the right people for both in front and behind the camera. Whoever their person is, I don't know how this works where you like pitch shows or whatever. And I'm not usually into political stuff, but I think this looks just super interesting.
Oh yeah. There's a really the first season of the podcast Slow Burn is all about the Watergate and Nixon, and it's fantastic. It's really good. So anyway,
just a long line of the Republicans trying to seize office illegally. You know, we're just going to make it a comedy so people will watch it and understand the danger we're in.
Right, exactly.
One last thing. I ended up. I was on Peacock last night, and I wanted to watch the episode. So I found the episode that Kevin Conroy is on Cheers, and seeing him flirt with Carla is one of the most hilarious things ever. Like I've never seen the man like almost got like try to like get a hotness for Carl, and I'm like, of all the people you're gonna put him with, this Rhea Perlman's character on Cheers is just fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin Conroy was one good-looking dude.
And when he came out, he had like this hair that just went all the way back, like long hair that just went all the way down to his shoulders. It was like he was supposed to be like a player for the Red Sox, and he comes in and Carl's like, "Oh man," and she gets right in between Norm and Cliff, and she goes, "Oh man, you should see him in a pair of chaps." And Norm's just like, "Where did you see him in a pair of chaps?" He goes, "In my dreams last night. Let me tell you right now, the rodeo was."
Oh my goodness!
Nice.
Yay! There you go. I need a bigger hat. I'll try to get a bigger hat for next time. One that actually fits this big old head. There we go. Oh god! Now we're gonna be. Derpy's gonna call us the 4-bearded Bad Santas.
Nice.
All right. So let's get into recommendations. How about that? And then close out the show because we've started, we whipped it, we've started again, and we whipped it some more.
Whipster.
I believe we even circle jerked it. So
oh no.
Poor Danny.
Oh boy. I hope my parents aren't watching this one.
I'll send them a copy.
Oh God.
I don't even want to ask of what. Anyways, recommendations.
Please explain to them the Dr. Manhattan circle jerk.
No, I'm gonna go. Mama, Papa, what's a circle jerk? I was talking to the guys today, and they kept saying it, but I mean, I didn't want to sound like I wasn't cool and not in the know. So
when I googled it, I thought it can't be that.
When I googled it, Safe Search would have let me see the results.
When I googled circle jerk, all I got was Congress, and I didn't know what to
do. and a punk band from the 80s? I don't know. It's very strange.
Yes.
So
political. I hope not. All right. Josh, I'm gonna let you go first since you actually put something in the notes.
Sure. All right. So as usual, I've defaulted to my humble bundle.
I still think Josh has some kind of side deal that he didn't let us know about.
God, I wish. Bundle. I wish that would be amazing.
It's a free one every time he talks about it.
Yeah. So let's do this. So it is the Image Comics in the teens. For $25, you get 28 items, including 9 volumes of Saga, which I think is the first half. 5 volumes of
pretty much everything up to the
Yep. 5 volumes of Ice Cream Man, which I've never read. 8 volumes of Nail Biter. 6 volumes of Sex Criminals, which
Sex Criminal is fantastic.
And is that the whole series?
No,
6
there's
volumes?
another one.
There's one more.
6 volumes.
I think that might be it. That
might be it. Yeah.
Okay. 124 issues of Spawn, which I'm not reading. The Darkness, 15 issues. Witchblade, 31 issues. 85 issues of Savage Dragon. Hell yeah.
Yeah, and you know those are all Eric Larson.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Sea of Stars, 80 After Death.
That's a one shot. That's all of Alex and Ada.
Okay. And Happy, the collected edition.
Like the TV show?
Yeah. I Hate Fairyland, which I kind of need because this just came back, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's bringing it back.
Injection, it just goes on and on. I mean, there's just so much stuff here. Isola, Philadelphia, Luther Strode, Maneaters, Moonstruck, Motor Crush, Revival, which is nice. Sex, volumes 1 through 6, which I've never heard of. The Autumn Lands, Shirtless Bear Fighter, Copra,
which also came back.
Oh, did it? Okay.
There's new one coming out.
Super
Dinosaur.
I've never heard of that one.
I haven't either. Just a shitload of great comics though. So $25, you get. I mean, this will hold you, depending on how fast you read, for at least the holidays. So go check that out.
Cool. All right. Well, I have something. First of all, since Legoland's in the chat, go check out a new video explaining the male gaze. I didn't even really understand
Oh
the
wow,
term male
yeah.
gaze.
That's
Yeah, I'm gonna
awesome.
drop it in the description. Really informative video, and there's a lot of other cool content on that channel anyway. So, but my other recommendation, and I think I wouldn't be me if this wasn't my recommendation. You guys would think I've been abducted by a body snatcher or something. Ah, fudge! Now I can't share the fucking thing. Whatever.
I love how you led with fudge.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my parents are listening.
Then you can't show the fucking thing.
There we go. There we go.
There it is.
Of course, Batman Spawn. Come on. Todd McFarlane, Greg Capullo, working together. And this is a Capullo cover inked by McFarlane, which is fucking insane.
Yeah, that's a great team up.
That's weird, but okay.
I mean, Capullo came from his studios, didn't he?
Yeah. I mean, Capullo probably, I would say, is maybe the second most recognizable Spawn artist after McFarlane himself.
Yeah.
Maybe even first. I don't know. I haven't read all of Spawn, but I can since the Humble Bundle has a lot of it.
I loved early Spawn. It was pretty dark.
Yeah. So I'm so excited for this because I don't even know. And they just re-released the original Batman Spawn, like a collected edition. I recently picked it up. It's actually in this room somewhere. So yeah, make sure to go check that out. That's what I have. Kyle, Clay, either of you?
Yeah, I just dropped a link in the show notes real quick. I've been helping my friend Sabrina with her web comics, so I just wanted to promote it. It's called Giant Girl Adventures. It's a web comic she's been doing. She's got, I think she's on issue 17 now.
Cool.
And she's got a new artist, so she's really excited and has been trying to revamp the website. So I want to send her some traffic. It's campy, it's time travel, it's fantasy.
That's great.
Yeah, and the new artist I love. I mean, but it's a little PG-13.
SFW.
Yeah, I wish I had gotten some warning about that before I just started.
I didn't know that was going to be the homepage. But give her some love. Go out and check out her webcomic and browse through it. She has 16 issues archived. You can go through those now.
Cool.
All free, but drop her a something on Patreon if you dig it.
Cool. Awesome.
That's awesome.
Kyle, you got anything?
I was just going to say, after talking about it earlier, just if nobody has read him yet, definitely pick up Kevin Smith's Quick Stop issues 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Oh, I have not. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but did you hear my review of it, Clay?
No.
So issue 2. See, and I knew this, but apparently Josh didn't. So it deals with Randall and Brody, who are cousins out of the VSQ universe. They meet up. They meet up at their cousin's funeral, who's the one they tried to suck his own dick but broke his neck.
I love this so much.
Yeah,
it just goes to show
Walter?
you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I can't believe I knew the guy that they told the story about Clerks.
It goes to show you can't do a one-man circle jerk. One man is.
He was trying to create the infinity loop.
Exactly.
Exactly. He was the dot in the center.
Okay. Well, with all that out of the way, remember to stay tuned on the channel. Clay's doing a live stream of some painting later today, I think. Right, Clay?
Yeah. I'm not sure what time. Actually, I might do it right after this because my dogs are asleep and everything's settled down as opposed to all the tech problems I had at the beginning of the show.
Cool. And as I said, for me, I'll probably be doing another live stream, maybe unbox some more One Piece boxes. I do have some that I didn't open. And tomorrow, follow me on Twitter because we're recording an episode of the I Read Comic Books podcast. We're going to be talking about some of our favorite heroes that people may not know about. So not Batman or the X-Men. Everyone knows about those that I like.
US1?
US1. Yeah.
Prez.
What's the hero from Archie Comics? The Shield or something?
Oh, the Shield. Yeah.
That one, that guy, especially when LIFO brings it back.
Oh,
so yeah, follow me on social media for that, and then the full episode will be out on Wednesday if you don't want to be part of the live chat. Josh, you got anything to plug? Kyle, you guys do. I know you're doing the Sasquatching.
Oh. Yeah, we need to get another episode. We'll probably be doing. I know the next episode will be doing us reviewing a movie called Savage, again starring Martin Cove of Sensei Kreese fame.
There you go.
So there is breaking Bigfoot news.
Yes,
there is a video, and I would say it's a fairly decent video.
Yeah,
compared. Good. Yeah, don't. As the kids say, don't blow your load here. The kids. Save it for the. Oh boy. We're getting canceled.
We
messy.
Don't forget. Let's go. Yeah, let's go Argentina. Because otherwise, my bracket is busted. So, all right.
Wait a minute. Cool. Your bracket isn't busted from Brazil?
No, I wanted a Portugal-Argentina finale because I wanted to see Messi play Ronaldo. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Which won't happen now.
But that is a crazy pick. That's a crazy.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks for everybody that watched live. Leonard Kim, Lego. Who else did we have? Derpy early on, giving us the baddest nickname we've ever had.
Yeah,
So
I love it.
Very much appreciated. Thanks for watching, guys.
Bye. Y'all take care.
And let's get out of
here.
Let's ride. Thanks everyone for watching.
I love you.
Oh yeah. Clay.
Hell, Bebo.
Josh?
Simon Center, get the fuck out.